Historical Commission, and I note that Councilman Stein is with us. And I'll turn it over to you to make the introductions and decide how you want to make the presentation.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate that. And Deputy Mayor Hynode and Director Riebling. I appreciate your time and consideration. I'd like to introduce the chair of our commission, Dr. Bill McKee, on my right, and my administrative assistant is Yvonne Ogren, and she's on my left. And with me are members of both our commissions, Councilman Jim Forcum, Monet Bell, Lula Brooks, Holly Connor, Don Cusick, Jim Hubler, Lynn Maddox, Mark Rogers, and Miss Linda Wynn. I wanted to just start out by saying how the members of both commissions and I appreciate the past support you've given our department and talk about a bit of our work this year. In the past year, the Metro Historical Commission has been proud of its accomplishments. We hosted our 4th annual Old House Fair and co-hosted with Tennessee State University the 34th annual African American History and Culture Conference. We held our 39th annual Preservation Awards program, approved 4 historic markers, and approved nominations to the National Register of Historic Places for the Grand Ole Opry House and RCA Studio A. We've overseen the repair of monuments and gravestones at the Nashville City Cemetery. We've worked with the Davidson County Historian, the Nashville Public Library, and Metro ITS to set up the framework for the Nashville Online Encyclopedia, which we expect will launch this fall, and working with the Tennessee State Historian and the Middle Tennessee chapter of the American Institute of Architects, we've completed editing and photography for our new book, Nashville, A Guide to the City, which will be published by the University of Tennessee Press this fall, in August actually. We've sponsored more than 24 history programs and tours throughout the year, including our Lunch and Learn series and our Nashville 101 classes, which we held at Fort Negley Visitor Center. And working jointly with Metro Parks, we've begun the process to make repairs at Fort Negley and completed an interpretive master plan for Fort Nashboro. We continue to work with Metro departments to evaluate and protect our county's historic resources, most visibly through the Metro Planning Commission's 2040 General Plan Update, the Nashville Next, through the Metro Development and Housing Agency's Redevelopment District Design Review process, and through capital improvement projects with Metro Parks, Public Works, and Metro Schools. We also continue to partner with local nonprofits to promote tourism in our city's rich history and architecture, by co-sponsoring events with the Nashville City Cemetery Association, the Tennessee Historical Society, the Nashville Zoo at Grassmere, Buchanan Log House, Historic Germantown, Friends of Two Rivers Mansion, and Friends of Fort Negley, among others. Moving on to the budget. In the coming budget year, I'm anticipating several challenges for our department. As you know, over the last several years, our work has significantly increased, not only due to the work and programming of the Metro Historical Commission, but also due to the popularity of historic zoning overlays, a tool that manages growth while protecting our city's unique architectural character. During this time, the programming offered by the Metro Historical Commission has greatly expanded, and the number of properties reviewed by the Metro Historic Zoning Commission has increased by over 70%, with the designations of 9 new districts and the expansion of another 9. In addition, the number of projects reviewed and permitted by the Metro Historic Zoning Commission has increased by 80%. Although we continue to look for ways to make our process more efficient, the turnaround for review and permitting of work is being impacted by the increased workload. To meet the proposed 3% reduction, we'd reduce the staff position from full-time to part-time, or more specifically by 42%, and we reduce our operating budget by $400 by cutting educational materials. To close, as always, we continue to look for ways to reduce cost and work more effectively while providing quality service to residents as we work to preserve our history, our neighborhoods, and our significant places. Thank you.
Well, tell us about the need for the new position and what sort of growth do you anticipate in terms of historic overlays?
Well, we have two very large historic overlays that Councilman Anthony Davis, wants to file for. They're in the Inglewood area. He's had a number of meetings with those neighborhood organizations and constituents, and he wants to expand those. We're also working with an area of 12 South, close to the Waverly Place neighborhood, just east of our office. That's looking at expanding. They're in the final throes of that, and we're working still with a portion of Sylvan Park neighborhood and a neighborhood in Donaldson. So the program is continuing to grow, and obviously I'm sure you've seen the audit that was recently done that says we're really at our limit with staffing and the districts we currently have. So there's a real need to pick up that slack if we expand.
And what type of person do you look for to fill that position?
Well, ideally, I'm looking for somebody with an architectural background. We lack that. I'm actually the only person in our office now that has an architectural degree. And so we need to hire somebody in at that level. The last position we tried to fill, I offered that to someone from another city who did similar work for actually the city of St. Louis, but our pay was so low I couldn't fill it, being able to start them out low. And we really need more of that expertise in the office with the design review we do.
And then what goes on, is the sesquicentennial celebrations continuing, or when was Appomattox?
The 9th of April.
The 9th of April?
That was Commissioner Hoobler, who's the chair of that committee. We had a wonderful Battle of Nashville commemoration, a weekend event. Mainly things happened on Saturday. They happened in a great number of sites. It was coordinated, many of the private museum sites and the city sites, and it was a wonderful day of exhibits going on. Reenactors on site, firing of cannons, which may have caused a little problem for some folks, but it didn't happen very late. It was a great day of education.
Okay, so I saw that, I think there's funds being taken out related to, so that is effectively coming to an end.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. And then the other thing you mentioned for cuts, the eliminating of educational books, how would that impact you all?
It means we wouldn't be able to buy any books related, any new books that come out related to local history for the library, the research library we have in the office, or any technical books that come out that historic zoning staff might use, dealing with building construction.
Okay. All right. Rich, you got anything?
Good.
All right, well, thank you. I think I get it, and we'll do the best we can. And thanks to the members of the commission and to you for all your hard work. It's obviously a very supportive group.
Absolutely.
Best turnout we've had, I think, this week. So we appreciate that, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.